Welcome back to You Skilled Home podcast, where we talk about everything fitness. So let's start. Of course, we are your host, Yanni, and this is Greg. And we are here in this episode to talk about motivation, what actually keeps people training, and what makes others give up. We will be breaking different types of motivation and what to do when yours run low. So let's start with the basic. There are two different types of motivation. Do you know what are these two?
Not really enlighten me.
Sure. So there's intrinsic motivation, training because you enjoy it or want to grow, and there's extrinsic motivation, training for rewards, recognition, maybe even pressure. Neither is wrong, but one usually lasts longer. So here are my questions to you. Which one do you think drives most people who start something new?
I don't think so intrinsic is the first primary driver. Why? Because you might not like to do the new things. Why? Because you are not skillful in it. So yeah, it will be wrong moves, it will be wrong techniques, it will be wrong breathing, it will be wrong target. Let's talk, if we talk about fitness, it will be wrong target muscle feelings, it will be wrong pace, it will be wrong stability, like in terms of your position. So many things. I hardly guess you will enjoy it because it will not work on you how it's supposed to work. Yeah. So it will be extrinsic motivation, which means like you will think like, okay, I will use these tools to get somewhere. But follow the road of improvement, you will start to get better in the movements. You will start to get better in the sensory feelings of what the exercise given to you and everything else. You will start, I hope so, you will start to get intrinsic motivation because you start to enjoy something which you're doing good. So that's
No, I think I mean, you heard me wrong. Intrinsic motivation, training because you enjoy it or want to
correct.
grow. Extrinsic is training for rewards, recognition,
Correct.
maybe even
Nothing
pressure.
wrong. Intrinsic because you enjoy it. So you start to enjoy
Yes.
it when you start to do it nice. When you start to do the movement skillfully, therefore you start to enjoy it because you start to do the movement better. Then you look forward to repeat it. Extrinsic, it means like you want to look for results. So at the beginning you say, you're not saying I want to do this exercises or something. You say, I'll do whatever it's needed to reach somewhere, for example. So you're
Yes,
not even
correct.
enjoying what you need to do. Lots of times we hear such a, sorry to say, I don't like this way that people say torture or something. I need to. This is extrinsic. So meaning, like they want to be slim on this, and they need to pull these stupid weights and do this type of stupid movements as per them. I mean, in order to reach the goal. This is extrinsic. But the moment you start to enjoy it, you understand. Wow, the idea of the movement is such a great. It's a great experience to move under the load. It's a great experience. You're looking forward to get the burn and everything else. This is intrinsic.
So usually I think people go through extrinsic first.
From the beginning.
Yeah. So with that, have you ever know someone who, started with extrinsic motivation and ended up loving it?
Yes, unfortunately, there is very few people in it. The thing is, it happens later. So it doesn't happen quickly, like it doesn't happen in the first months or even half a year, maybe sometimes a year. Lots of repetition has to happen in order to open up some new level of
Connection.
experience for the person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it does happen. I've seen it, not that often, because also don't forget it's the adaptation towards the practices should be steady. Means the problem what people make a lot, they try to force the results, force adaptation, and there's nothing to do with enjoyment. But if you understand that this is the process and I'm not rushing, I will reach where I need to reach regardless, you're gonna love it in the end. But if you have tight frame of the so you put yourself in the frame to reach result fast, then there is no time to like what you're doing. You just need to do it to reach the end goal.
While you are right answering this question, I what what is in my mind is the time where how we really did set up you skilled before, right? I still remember our first member, Bahrus, who was with you for a long time, and I think he was motivated by extrinsic training for rewards and making sure that he lose weight, but he did not feel training before, and he was I think he was hating every part of it. That's why he missed a lot. He keeps on having excuses like I did not hear my alarm or something happened on the road and stuff like that. But there was a there was a moment, right? Like everything just shifts, that he realizes how enjoyable training is. And look at him now, he's training every day and he never stopped, and he knows that it's part of his life. And that's what, for me, before we're looking back, before we started everything here, I always remember his story. And that is our backstory why you skilled happened, because we just help people realize the true enjoyment of training. Yeah. So let's get a little personal. Um, I know that you've been training your whole life, I think from 5 years of age. So being being in training for that long, what's your reason and what's your motivation for training? Why do you keep going?
Okay, I don't look for a reason. I would say, okay, if you don't train, so what? So what will be with you? For example, I'm thinking this way, not like, okay, I need to train to gain, attain something, goals, whatsoever. But if you will not train, like what type of individual you
I
will
don't
be?
know. I heard lots of, let's say, athletes who say, you know what, I've been training my whole life, let me just rest.
Good to them. Good
Exactly.
to them.
So,
So, first of all, it's a very big mistake if you've been athlete the whole life and you stop. Definitely, sooner or later, you might get cardiac arrest. You might get certain complications with your organs. Why? Because they used to the loads, and this, since you're in it, sorry to say, you have to be in it for life. This heart, not craving, it's need resistance. These muscles, in order not to lose them, need to go through contractions. But okay, forget about muscle. Think about heart. That's the main organ, which will give you a hard time if you will not load it. Even though you don't like it, you're obliged to load it.
no, but why, you heard lots of people say this. Why are you putting yourself into such, again, as you said, such, let's say,
Torture.
torture, right? Why are you doing that to yourself? Enjoy.
Again, depends who you listen to. If you want to listen to such type of people, it's your choice. There are so many people that who are role models for us from the other side,
Yeah.
and they train more than us, and they train more smart, more harder, recover better. So I would better listen to them. They'll not say to us, to me, that why you are doing that. They'll give more reasons why you need to do that. So again, depends which voices you like to hear. If you want to hear the voice, listen to yourself, sit back, relax. Uh, your choice. But unfortunately, this does not make you any better. Because you will never be able to, like, it's all such a endless game to listen to yourself and do this thing, because nothing good will come out from it. But okay, from the other side, the hard road is okay, keep going, continue what you do, and strive for more. Of course, more difficult, but I definitely know what is difficult, it's good for you. It's the rule of life.
True. True. What is simple is
There
not
is a
great.
devil in it.
Yeah, correct. Has your why changed over time?
Yeah, like look even the way I train, just not that much years ago. I need to be strong. I need to lift certain amount of weights. I need to. There are some standards I should not fall behind of. So now,
Okay, so when you say about, okay, I need to lift heavy or I need to look bigger or whatever or get stronger, is it for recognition or for your own feeling?
I think my own feeling because I can. So I believe I can. So I need to utilize. You know me. I need to utilize my potential, and I feel I can. So that's that. Just my goal was to utilize what is given to me. I can. So that's it. If I will not do half-ass stuff, so I can. Now, but over the time, I just understand that I should not follow this because okay, got new information that okay. Uh, um, I can reach not about I can be in the same shape without going through these weights and anymore I'm not want to prove myself that this okay I think and also I reach pretty decent results for my own uh, by those times. So technically training still exists, training is nice and intense, just I'm not judging it by how much weights I'm lifting before it was measured for me. That's it.
Okay. So let's talk about the other side of motivation, which, the burnout and when it becomes toxic and when it too much pressure, right? So ever trained so hard that you hit a wall?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that
Yeah,
situation?
but again, it was a time you train so hard to hit a wall, then you just cannot switch yourself on, right? Like you are not able to do something what you used to do before. But the reason for that it's not overtrain or burn. You just didn't recover. So you was neglecting recovery. So in my case, those time I was put so many things on my plate which take time out of recovery, needing to work, needing to nutrition was not enough and stuff like that. So it's not because of movement or exercises. It just I put so much volume and intensity on the exercises. I supposed to put the same amount of volume and
And
intensity
was
for
not
recovery.
supported by
Not
recovery
supported,
and
yeah.
and
So
nutrition.
you depleting slowly, you depleting your potential. All of a sudden, the body will say, okay, look, don't go further. You will start to utilize something which is not meant to be utilized.
And how did you pass that and say or recognize that no, it's not burnout. It is just because it was, I did not recover enough or I
No,
wasn't
no.
eating enough.
Look, at those time, definitely I didn't think this way. It's now looking
Okay.
from now,
Yes,
I
from now.
can tell.
But before, how
In
did
the
you manage
situation,
that?
just okay, you're frustrated. What's happened with me? Why my nervous system just zeroed down? Like not, I was not able to do some basic stuff, which it was so natural to do for me. So now, looking from these
No,
years,
but
I
how
know.
how did you still get back to training and didn't stop?
But again, why I need to stop? So it won't get any better. Yes, I recognize. For example, it was one time I trained, I think 3 times per day. It was for good three. Like it was really intense. But again, even though you can train 3 times per day, that's not an issue. The issue is you should recover. So I was training 3 times per day, but not given recovery enough for that, right? What happened is the heart getting so tired, so was needing to. I was breathing like I think 70 years old smoker because you're not able like all the time. So I was not able to sleep. I was not able to breathe properly. Every time I need to have a deep breath because exhausted. So basically, yeah, I deload myself for 2 weeks, move to body weight exercises and stuff like this, and slow down in terms of intensity. And then that's the way my heart slowed down also. But looking again back, don't forget. Okay, I was 18 years old. I didn't know the techniques and tactics how to train myself. I was just did my best, whatever I can to exhaust myself and. Now properly structure the training, it would not happen. It would not happen because we lift just so much weight all the time. I didn't develop my cardiovascular system to facilitate the oxygen and recover better. So what happened technically, my heart was not ready to supply my exhausted muscle. So I would now reframe the preparation. I would do much more conditioning work. So, and like different type of conditioning varieties. Then I would be sure. So my heart and my cardiovascular system would easily facilitate my skeletal
So
muscle.
basically, what you're saying is, when to anyone who comes to a point where, they feel that exhausted, let's not call burnout. You can never be burnout in training.
Technically,
It's
yes.
better to adjust their training
For a couple of
methods.
years, dig
For
deeper into
yes,
recovery.
yes, and
Keep doing
nutrition.
some easy moves, you'll be fine.
Yes.
But if you want to say to yourself burnout, then you'll be burnout.
Okay. As you know, motivation isn't permanent, but there are ways to keep it going, right? That's where you build habits, you build discipline, and you surround yourself with good community that will support you with that, correct? So, like what works for us, I think this again, habits building is one key, which we just recently figured out. And recovery, of course, lifestyle basically, and also nutrition. So, can you, share a little advice to the audience on how to build their motivation, how to keep going, how to keep consistency going, and if they do feel a time where they, exhausted, and what would they need to do aside from what we discussed in a short
Okay, let's
sentence
quickly
before we end this.
watch us in the head. First, we need to identify the terms, like about motivation, why, and what make us stick to what we are doing. Because many people saying, I will sacrifice my going out for looking good. I will sacrifice eating sweets for looking good. I will sacrifice my drinking or smoking and this for looking good. So this itself make it lame idea to reach the goal, because you feel yourself like a martyr, the person who put his life on sacrifice level to reach something. I don't think so. You need to position the mindset in this way, because it's not sacrifice. You decide to go this way. You want to have energy, you want to be able to perform good day. Nightlife not for you.
Yes.
You want to look good, you want to have proper digestion and everything. Certain food is not for you. You want to make sure that you don't have any body aches and pain and the muscle are moving smoothly and you don't have any distortions and everything. Exercise you should be doing every day, for example, right? So it's not like, okay, this level of standards you want to live by, this level of actions you need to do. There is nothing about sacrifice. There is nothing about willpower or discipline. You just okay, this is what's supposed to be done for that. Like when you drive a car, you need to follow the rules of the driving, right? The traffic rules, traffic regulation. That's it. You like it, you don't like it. You when the red light, you stop. So same here. You want to reach there. This is a set of standards. Okay, you start to go out. You already minus.
So it's sets of standards, not
a set of standards for yourself.
not sacrifices.
Not a sacrifice. You like to go out in the night. Minus from your recovery. You like to eat sweets. Minus from your look. You like to rest, have rest day, passive. Minus from your look. So that's
Minus
what we
to
need
your
to understand,
performance,
and nothing to do now anymore with motivation and everything. It's just like, okay, this is something I want to live by, and accordingly, if it's really important for you, the surrounding you find is similar, the people who you want to listen you'll find with similar messages who will help you to facilitate what is inside your head, and the arrangement around environment you'll find similar according to your standard. That's all. And there is no need anymore to, like, you will not be in these things. Am I motivated? You just don't think about it.
True. Correct. Thank you. I think that's it for our time. Remember that motivation comes and goes, but if your reason is solid, you'll stay in the game. And also, I want everyone to invite to follow us on our other social media accounts, so you'll be able to be updated with our latest contents and some motivation. Also, maybe you'll get from us. And also, if you are interested in our online training, we you can also check us out in our website. We'll be putting them on the description box. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.